Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Kazawan.
Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Shema with all.
Right? We, giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Right? And, strong shalom to brothers and sisters out there doing the work, and they going hard for Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? We're not going to, speak too much, but what we going into is, you know, the spirit of covetousness will kill you, because you got a lot of people, they envying other people out here in these last days, right? They out here just wondering what everybody else got going on, and they not focus on their own path or focus on what they doing, and it's kind of holding them back spiritually and in the world. It's holding you back from being as good as you could be at something, whether it's knowing as many precepts, understanding breakdowns, you know, getting ahead in life, when it comes to like career wise or etc. Right? They worry about what everybody else got, and it stops them from being a better brother, sister, husband, wife, all that, right? But we're not gonna talk too much. If you got something you want to say, you got it.
Yeah, that covetousness, man. I mean, it's something says. A lot of brothers covet, women as well. Women, money. It's a dangerous spirit. One of the dangerous spirits. Because when you covet, you know, you want it very, very bad. You know, you just want it, man. You just gotta have it. I want my money. I need it now, or whatever you want, right? Yeah, I ain't got too much, man. Let's just get into it. You got a precept?
You can go to the book of Mark, chapter 7, and verse number 18.
All right, this the book of Mark. This the book of Mark, chapter 7, say verse 18.
Yeah.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, and verse 18. And he said unto them, are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him,
Right.
because it entereth not into his heart,
Right.
but the belly, and goeth out into the draught, Salakia, purging all meats.
Right.
And he
And
said,
Salakia, right? And you got a lot of Christians out here. They'll break that down and say, "Well, that's going in and saying I can eat whatever I want." Or some wicked Israelites saying, "Hey, I can eat pork if I want to. I can eat shrimp, crab, lobster. Right? It don't matter what goes into me. It's what comes out of me." But that's not what that's talking about. You got to get the whole context of that. We ain't gonna go into that now because it's a specific point that I want. But keep going.
right, verse 20, and he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man, right?
Right? It says what?
That which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man.
Right? What comes out of you is what defiles you. It defiles your temple. Right? It defiles your spirit. It destroys you. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 21, for from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Evil what?
Evil thoughts.
Evil thoughts is what proceeds out of men's hearts. And when you covet and you envy and you're jealous about what another person got, right? And you secretly want those things, those are evil thoughts. That's defiling your temple, right? That's they're separating you from the Most High. That's a wicked spirit. That's the spirit that the heathens got, right? These Edomites have that spirit. They covet what everybody got, and what do? They go and take it in sin. They take it sinfully, right? But keep reading.
Right? Proceed evil thoughts, adulteries,
Right?
fornication, murderers, thefts, covetousness,
Covetousness, man. Right? Keep reading.
wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness,
Right?
evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness.
Right? And it named all these different things, and it's gonna add up to one thing, right? Because a lot of people they say, "Well, I'm not in sin if I do this. I'm just thinking about it." Well, your thoughts can be evil. Covetousness is an evil thought that a lot of people they might not realize that they have that, right? And if it's too late, right, you're gonna get destroyed for not, getting yourself in order, correcting yourself, right, for that evil thought, right? But keep reading.
right? Verse 23, all these evil things come from within and defile the man.
And that's what defile your spirit. That's what defiles your temple. That's what could stop you from getting the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is if you have these covetous, wicked thoughts and plus more. It didn't name only that. It named adultery, right? It named a lot of things, right? Keep reading.
All right, that's it on that, unless you
Come on,
want to.
come on. Go to Exodus chapter. Yeah, after this precept, you got it. But go to Exodus chapter 20, and I believe it's verse 17, right? Because this isn't the law, right? This isn't just just something, you got men that say, hey, it's not in the law, you feel me? Hey, I ain't going off. Well, it is in the law. Covetousness is it's in the law, right? It's where you want it to be in the first five books, right? And if you don't get yourself in order and you're not willing to keep that commandment, hey, then you're not gonna get the kingdom. Then you going off, right? You bring it out though.
Uh, Acts 20 and 17.
Exodus 20 and 17. I believe that's it.
Yeah, con. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
What does it say?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
It says that you shouldn't covet your neighbor's house, right? Because you got a lot of people in the world. People do that. They like, damn. They looking at their neighbor crib. They staying in a two-bedroom apartment, one-bedroom apartment, studio apartment. They like, man, damn. Hey, man. Hey, I wish I had a big house like this, brother, man. I wish I could. Hey, man. I wish I could have what this brother got, man. This brother getting to the money, right? I wish I had everything he had, and they kind of jealous over it, right? Now they start having it start to make you have an evil eye towards your brother, right, or your sister, right? If you coveting over what they have, right? Keep reading,
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife,
right,
nor his manservant,
right,
nor his maidservant,
right.
nor ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Right? And you got to keep this in mind. What the two greatest commandments is to love your neighbor and to love the Most High God. Those are the two greatest commandments. So if you're not loving your neighbor, right, you going to be jealous over his house, his wife, the stuff he own, cars, clothes, damn ox, like they said, back in the ancient day, maid servants, right? It put a wicked spirit on you to go and do something to take his stuff. You might try to steal his ox back in the day. You might try to steal his cow, right? You might try to steal some land, a little bit of land from him, try to cut it off, right? You might try to go sleep with his wife and pillow talk about him to his woman, right? We see this in the world all the time. Jake always pillow talking to Eve to get you, right? Because he's coveting after your woman, right? What's that song, Trey song, Mister Take Your Girl? He's coveting over your woman, right? So when you coveting, right, you want what everybody else got. It's that plain, right? And it's gonna put a wicked spirit on you to go and take things from your brother, right? Which is, hey, that's off, right? But you got it, King.
And that's right, man. You got a lot of brothers coveting, brothers' wives, man. Speaking of that too, like early at work today, actually it was yesterday. The brother, the brother just coveting after the supervisor. She got a whole husband. 'Cause according to the law, sex is marriage. Jake don't know that though. Jake doesn't know that. He knows she got a man, and he just, man, this something about her, man. Dude ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Yeah, karma coming, brother. You don't even know this woman. As soon as you lay down with her, you gonna end up getting something, man. Just because you covet, you want it so bad, the Most High give it to you, right? I'm gonna bring out Exodus 20 and 17, right? I'm gonna bring that out again. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Just like Jake at the job, man. It's just something in Jake's spirit that just want another man's rib, just want another man's wife. Like it's just in his system to the point where it ravishes his spirit, right? It ravishes his spirit. Nor Salakia, Salakia, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, right? And just like the brother said, back in the ancient world, they cover his ox, man. Ox doing the work, doing the dirty work, and another fellow brother just want to take his ox. You got Jake in the world, he want to steal your car. What they doing out here in Milwaukee? They stealing Kias. They stealing Kias, right? Yeah, stealing Kias like iPhones, man. They taking them like iPhones, man. Coveting at that brother's car. Yeah, this my get up. Gas saver too. Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. And it got tinted windows. Hey, we just hit a lick. Why is you coveting after this brother's vehicle, man? Why you just can't go and get your own, right? I'm gonna bring God. I got another precept, right? Because a lot of brothers covet money as well, right? I'm gonna go to First Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10. Because when you covet things, man, it just gonna destroy you. And the Lord said that. Because if you coveting money, all you thinking about is just $1 million, $1 million, 10,000, 5,000, whatever how much you need. You gonna covet it, and you just gonna destroy yourself, right? You working extra hours at your job. You working 80 hours. You working on a Shabbat, and like, brother, you gonna end up jamming yourself up, right? This is the book of First Timothy. It's like First Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. It reads, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts," right? Which draw man in destruction and perdition, right? See, when you want to covet money, I'm gonna read that again. But they that will be rich fall into temptation, right? You already got money, and you coveting at the more money. And Salakia and Tobit chapter 5, verse 18. Don't add money to money, right? Be content where you at. Don't covet just because you don't have this and you don't have that, or you see another brother has more money than you. That doesn't matter. Or you see a brother that has, a beautiful Eve or whatever. Stop looking at her, bro. The Most High is gonna bless you. Wait on your blessings. You should be happy that your brother has what he has, because you don't know what he been through to even get there, right? He had to go through the fire, right? He had to serve the Most High, with all diligence, right? It's man, that coverage of spirit is mad. I got one more precept, man. Let's go to let's go to the law again. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 21. Like, that coverage of spirit, man. You got to be careful. Matter of fact, Salakia, I'm gonna go to Second Chronicles, because Uzziah, right? Second Chronicles, Uzziah, man, he coveted. He was covetous. He was keeping the law, and he got real high minded, right? His brothers out here in the truth that they may, man, they may, see a brother, he know the precepts, and he know history. He covetous after that. Now you want to now you get into the law, and trying to get the understanding of the Most High, and you don't have a right spirit. You don't have a right spirit. You just learning everything not to, diligently help the nation out, but to just help yourself. It's not about you, right? This is the book of Second Chronicles, chapter that's 26, right? This is the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 26. I'm gonna start at uh, I'm gonna start at 11. Moreover, Uzziah had a host of fighting men that went out to war by bands according to the number of their account. So, like, I'm gonna jump down to 12. The whole number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men of valor were 2,600, and under their hand was an army 300,000 and 6,000, Salaki, and 7,500, that made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the hosts shields and spears and helmets and habergeons and bows and slings to cast stones. Right. So as you read Uzziah, he got everything in order, man. Right. He was mighty while he was ruling. And as you see, he got so covetous of it. So I'm gonna read on down, verse 15. And he made just the point. And he made in Jerusalem engines and invented my cunning invented by cunning men to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks to shoot arrows and great stones withal. And his name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped till he was strong, right? And until he was strong, he was marvelously helped. The Lord was dealing with him, right? He was ruling well, and he start to get too covetous about how he was dealing with things, how everything was set up. Just like how when Jake has a lot of money, he got what five what 2,002 racks in his bank account, and he got 2 racks in his bank account. He like, this amazing, man. I need more, and you start to lust because coverages you obviously lusting, right? Verse 16. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction. You covetous this and your heart get lifted up and to destruction, man. Now you destroyed, right? I yield with that.
You got a precept, Wiz?
I got did y'all go through Deuteronomy 8 yet?
Like,
Uh,
All right, yeah, I got Deuteronomy 8, verse 11. It says, beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, and not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flock multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget thy Lord thy God. Right, so it's directly in the law, specifically in Deuteronomy chapter 8, that if the Most High was to increase you in gold and silver, which in modern day terms would be dollars, you might have a lot of cars. And certain brothers, they got businesses that's booming. And the Most High is saying that none of that stuff matters if you gonna forget the person who gave it to you, right? That's where that covetous spirit come from. Because the Most High didn't give you these things for you um to steal from your brother to get it. It says the love of money is the root of all evil, right? I think you was almost going into that, the brother Sam in 1 Timothy chapter 6. I mean, just think what evil has not been done in the name of money, right? So we just as susceptible. So like we just as susceptible to that spirit as anybody else if we forget where these good things, these good houses, these good cars, good jobs, your wife, your kids, even your good health, from the smallest to the biggest things. If you forget where it came from, what is it worth? But I yield with that.
yeah, and like they said, we brought it out in the law twice. Go to the book of Romans, chapter 7, and start at verse 1.
God. It's the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law,
Right?
how that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
Right? Because you got a lot of men out here, they misinterpret what Paul said. They say, hey, I could lust. It ain't a big deal. Right? But lust, like the brothers, both of them was going into, that's going into covetousness. Right? And we went into it in Exodus 20 and 17 and Deuteronomy 8 and 11. Right? You wanted what somebody else got. Right? But this law, it has dominion over you until the day you die. Right? This law is, you supposed to be subject unto this law. Right? As long as that you're on this earth. Meaning you got to be telling your mind no. You got to be telling yourself, oh man, I can't be thinking about what my brother got, man. I can't be thinking about what this sister got. I can't be thinking about this man, woman. I can't be doing that. That's off, right? You got to be thinking like that, right? Because this law is supposed to put you in. It's supposed to almost like put you up into chains, right? You're supposed to be a prisoner unto this law, not as a burden. It's not supposed to be a burden unless you make it one, but you're supposed to have it in your mind like that. But drop down to verse number 7. Slock it.
God. Verse 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God
Right?
forbid.
Keep
Nay,
reading.
Salakia, nay, I had not known sin, but
Right?
law, for I had not known lust, except the law has said, Thou shalt not covet.
right? And you won't know what lust is unless you read the law, right? Because you got men, they just think it's they just think it's something petty, right? Lust, it could go a long way. It's a real big demon, right? It could really destroy your mind. We saw it with Saul, right? Hey, instead, can I, brother, I know one of y'all know that account when he's getting mad that they was the song the sisters were singing after David,
Yeah.
right? He wanted that. He was like, man, I'm led to believe he had to be thinking, hey man, you feel me? Why is they singing about how many more people he done slayed than me,
Right.
right? And what did that spirit lead Saul to do? That that was, if I might be wrong, right? But that was the first time when you saw Saul just completely change, and he hated David after that. That's what covetousness could do to you, right? And if you're not meditating on the law, that spirit could hop onto you at any moment, right? Brother got that account.
Con, I got you. This the book of First Samuel, chapter 18. I start at verse 6. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the women came out of all cities of Israel, singing and dancing to meet King Saul with timbrels, with joy, and with instruments of music. Women answered one another as they played and said, Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s.
Right,
And Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him.
right,
And he,
right. You
right,
got it. You could stop right there, right? And Saul he was hot, man. He was hot minded at that. That David was getting more praise than him. Salakia, right? And David was, I mean, Saul was hot at that, man. Right? And we know the rest of the story. He was trying to kill, right? He was trying to kill David and all that. Right? That's a spirit that these heathens have, man. The spirit that the so-called white man has. Right? We see it over there right now. Right? Go, brother pull Proverbs 17 and 24, and then another brother could pull Micah 2 and 1. Right? We see it right now. You got Ishmael and Amalek warring with each other right now. Right? You got the Amalekites saying, hey, we're gonna turn this place into a parking lot. It's gonna be a big mall over here in Gaza when we're done with it. Right? You don't want to be in that spirit. Because let's say you in the ancient world and your brother, he might have more acres of land than you. Right? And you start coveting after your brother. Then you going to slay him. Then you going to slay your brother out of envy and covetousness. Right? And now you gotta die. Now the Lord sees that you gotta die. Right? That means you in the wrong spirit. Right? But pull up Proverbs 17 and 24, whoever got it.
I got Proverbs 17:24.
Uh,
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 20. Wisdom is for him that hath understanding,
all right.
but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth.
Right? Eyes of a foolish man is all over the place. He can't just keep his mind on straight on what he got. Right? He got to look at what everybody else doing. He got to look at everybody else's land, everybody else's field, everybody else's household instead of worrying about himself. Right? That's right. That'd be foolish right there. Right? But brother could pull Micah chapter 2 and 1 now. Right? That's what a foolish man does. And you see a lot of foolish men out here nowadays, like we was going into early, when we first started the live, right? Brothers do this type of stuff all the time nowadays too, right? They want to take everybody women because he like, man, hey, but like the brother was going into with the at his job, right? So many conversations like that. Well, he don't deserve her, man. She need a real man like me, right? And then that's just a wicked spirit. But get that in Micah.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. It say, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them
Right,
by violence.
right. And that's what the heathen does, right? The children of the flesh, they're gonna covet fields and they're gonna take them by violence, rape, robbery, murder, right? None of it is gonna be in righteousness, right? That's why you got to be walking as a child of the spirit, right? Like it says in I believe Romans the 8th chapter, Romans the 10th chapter, right? You got to be walking as a child in the spirit, because if you walking as a child of the flesh like these heathens, that covetous spirit is going to be on you. You're not going to be able to please the Most High. But I yield with that.
You got a precept with?
Yeah, I got one. It's a book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 35 and verse 20. It says, "Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, as clouds of rain in the time of drought." Right? So this is a mighty precept, because just think about it. The whole point of a drought is that it's not raining. So it's comparing mercy in the time of your affliction, in a time where your finances might be stretched. You know what I'm saying? It might be the 27th of the month, and you only got 4 or 5 days to pay rent. You got 250 in your pocket. Or, you know what I'm saying, your rib might not be listening to you. Your kids bucking up against you. You might have a physical ailment. I know there's brothers in the truth who got really serious diseases that they fighting with day in, day out. It's certain brothers who they don't have normal things that we consider normal. They don't have that. It's certain brothers who homeless right now in the truth. Right? So it says mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. I mean, mercy is hard to find. It's every now and then when a brother going through affliction. It's easy to have mercy on your brother when, you know what I'm saying, you balling out of control. You done paid your rent for the whole next year. It's easy to have mercy. But can you have mercy on a brother who got more than you when you don't have anything? When it seemed like the Most High dealing with him more than he dealing with you? Because Saul couldn't handle it. Saul couldn't handle it seeming as if the Most High was dealing with David more than him, to the point he wanted to kill him for something that David didn't say. Where's the account of David singing that song with the women that were singing? You know, where's the account of David, you know what I'm saying, playing the drums in the background while they were singing the song, man? It didn't happen. But that didn't stop Saul from being like, from not having that mercy in the time of his affliction, right? And as clouds of rain in the time of drought, he didn't have that he didn't have that mercy on a brother David, right? So I yield with that. I really wanted to bring out that precept. It was really the spirit led me to read it, man. It's really, you got to be careful out here, man. It's so crazy, right? You might feel like you don't really have nothing. You might be praying to the Most High every morning, every night. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, please give me this. Please heal me from this. Please remove this spirit from me. Whole time the next brother looking at you like, I'll do anything to you to get that. You know? So that covetous spirit is heavy. That's why it's in the 10 Commandments that you can't covet after what another man got. The Most High know what Jake like. He know you like to look at another man, woman. He know exactly, you know what I'm saying? He know what you like. He know you like that car that he got sitting outside. You know what I'm saying? You driving that 99 Civic, that brother driving that 2023, you know what I'm saying, Ford pickup truck, because the Most High blessed his hand to do that. And are you going to have mercy in your time of affliction, or are you going to be like Saul? Are you going to be a hater? Are you going to hate your brother in your heart? You're going to plot revenge against another man who is just like you, who's supposed to be your brother. But I don't want to be long-winded. I yield with that.
That's right, man. I mean, let's see what Yahweh Shai say. Right? Let's see what Yahweh Shai say. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse 15. And he said to them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. Yahweh Shai said it himself, man. All these things that you covet in the world, all these things that you want in the world so bad, right? It's it's everything is not gonna abundance, which so like, I'm gonna read that again. It says, for a man's life consists of not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth, right? You should be worrying about the spiritual riches, right? You should be worrying about the riches in the heavens, man. Like all this is temporary, and you coveted, you covenant it. Like it's off, man. right? Salakia, because this topic crazy. Because Satan tried to make Yahweh Shai covet.
Hmm.
He tried to make Yahweh Shai covet, man. He knew exactly what to say to him. Satan knew exactly what to say to us. He knew exactly what we like. He knew exactly what we like. Look at her. Look at these shoes. You got brothers buying shoes every week. Every week. Every week. He always got some new pair of Air Maxes. You see a brother with some new Air Force Ones. What they call them Dookie in Milwaukee, man. He got some old Dookies. Like come on, man. He just had a pair. What? Cause you got a crease in them, bro. There's somebody else that don't have shoes, man. We got people that don't have shoes. It's cold out. It's snowing already. We got brothers out here that don't have anything, and you have a roof over your head, but you think your house ain't enough, right? I'm gonna bring out this account. I ain't gonna be long winded myself, but we gonna go to Matthew. Oh, we just go to Luke 4. All right, we go to Luke 4 because Satan tried to have Yahushua covered, man. He tried to make Yahushua lust, right? The King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He tried to make him lust, man. Right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 1. And Yahushua, being full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. Being 40 days tempted of the devil. In those days, he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered. And the devil said unto him, if thou be the son of Yahweh, command this stone that be made bread. Right? He told Yahweh Shah, man, if you be the son of, of the Most High, man, make these stones bread, man.
Hmm.
You hungry, ain't you? He do that's the same thing to us. Hey, man, that's what you like Ephraimites? She single, bro. Go get her. Whole time she married.
Hmm.
But you think she's single because you in the truth, but she not. So Satan playing with your mind. She's single though. She don't know that sex is marriage, man. Bring in the truth, and you know what I'm saying. Whole time you get caught up. Look what happened, right? Now you're on child support. She don't even want to keep the commandments. Now you eating pork. You eating bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. That's off, right? Verse 4, and Yahushua, I'm gonna read that again. Verse 3. And the devil said unto him, if thou be the son of Yahweh, command this stone that it be made bread. And Yahushua answered him, saying, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of Yahweh. And this is what we gotta know, man. We gotta be like Yahushua. We may not be Yahushua. I mean, I ain't trying to say, oh yeah, I'm Yahushua today. No, man. Judah 8:24, man. He one of the most greatest examples, right? Satan try to have us covet, man. You don't want to covet after cars and clothes and none of those things, right? I'm gonna bring out a one more precept, the book of Ephesians, chapter 5. All right, one more precept, man. Because Satan know exactly what you like, man. He gonna want you to covet, and we gotta be watchful, man. We gotta be watchful. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse I say 3. Yeah, come. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 3. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becoming saints. Right? And the Lord said, don't let that be named amongst you, man. You put on fringes, you coveting after everything. Right? You coveting after that video you want to watch. You coveting after the man's wallet, his pockets, his shoes, his belt buckle. I don't know if brothers, you know, back then when belt buckles used to be so hot. Brothers had the name on the belt buckle, right? They had their own name, and then they took the little part of the shirt just so you can show your belt. But you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And you got Jake low key looking like, man, I take that belt. Don't even want to wear it though. He'll sell it. You got Jake's out here covered after your things and sell it, right? Lord ain't dealing with that, man. Right? I'm gonna jump down to verse 5. For this ye that know whoremonger, no unclean person, no covetous man, who is an idolater, have not so like I have any inheritance in the kingdom of Mashiach and of Yahweh. So that's idolatry, right? It's people that had covered after religion and Christianity. Yeah, but just know when you covered after a woman, when you covered after gold, silver, whatever that you like, you covered after it's idolatry, man. I yield with that.
I just I really got one last precept, maybe another one, but they both in the same book. So we got Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 11, right? And let's see what this mighty brother had to say. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, right? So in the world they say slow and steady beats the race, right? Which is a biblical thing, right? I'm gonna start from the top again. Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches of men, it's like it riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. Right? Long story short, brother, you gotta wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? And this is not just to do with money. This could do with certain brothers, they look at you know what I'm saying, you got your Naquams, your Guerrilla Hebrews, your Zabaks, you got your Chief, you got all of these men who are held in high renown. They might know a lot of the verses. They might be able to break down the 12 feathers. They might be able to do all of these things at a high level. And you got other brothers who might look at them and start to form some type of jealousy in their heart for these brothers. When really, time and chance happeneth to them all. Brother, if you'd have just waited 6 more months, what if the Most High would have gave you 10 times more than that brother had? If you would have just been patient and waited on the Lord. If you would have put your trust in the Lord with all your heart and leaned not unto your understanding, like it says in Proverbs 3 and verse 5, roughly paraphrasing, what if the Most High would have gave you something better than what you thought that brother had? But because you didn't wait on the Lord, because you didn't understand that time and chance happeneth to them all, well, look what happened to you. Look what happened to all of these brothers in the Bible. Look at what happened to Absalom. I believe that was David's son, who spent 40 years trying to sway the hearts of the people. 40, imagine your own child. You changed their diapers. You watched your wife breastfeed this child. And for 40 years of their own life, they plotted on taking your spot. How wicked is that? Your own son plotting on his own father. They went to war with each other, right? And that's why this precept is so powerful, because it's all about just waiting your turn. You know what I'm saying? Jake, I understand you. Hey, we wasn't born in the truth. We didn't know this from birth. We wasn't 10 years old, 11 years old, going to 5th, 6th grade, learning about this stuff, man. We was grown men. We had to have somebody tell us as we humbled down and we just listen. You know? Brothers used to fall to all types of sins. You know, you might have been you might have been 18. Hey, brother, you can't drink yet. You know what I'm saying? You can't, bro. You gotta wait your time. And I personally know brothers who decided that they didn't want to wait for certain things, more serious than drinking. But we not gonna bring that type of thing out, on the live. But brothers know what I'm getting at. I know brothers who caught 10 years within 2 months of graduating high school because They didn't want to take the regular route. They wanted to take the quick route. They didn't listen to this precept that said, I'm going to read it one last time, right? It's Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift. Fast money don't last. The faster you get it, the faster it go. And it's crazy because Jake know that. But when that greed take over, when that lust take over, it happened to me before in the world. You know, it's certain things that Lord willing I wouldn't fall to now. But I fell into that trap of, you know what? I'm trying to do it. I'm about to get out here and do what I got to do. I got to pass out what I got to pass out because I'm trying to get it. Not even understanding that what could happen to me, what could the Most High do to me because I didn't want to wait on him. And all praise to the Most High, he had that mercy on me to put it on my spirit to realize my folly and to slow down and to wait on him. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like this brother Sam and the brother Kazawan, you know, he having a few technical difficulties, but all of these brothers decided to wait on the Most High. And that's why we on here talking about the Bible now, right? And I got this one last precept and I'm going to yield. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity and the rich sit in low place, right? So even back then in the time of when Ecclesiastes was being written out, folly was set in great dignity. Now, some examples of folly being set in great dignity nowadays. Who are the most famous female rappers? You know, is it the is it a woman in the truth rapping saying Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, thank you for bringing me in the truth? No, we got pregnant, sexy red twerking on stage, right? You got certain women admitting to um intoxicating, I'm gonna use a good word, intoxicating men and then having them be violated by other men. These are the types of things you got going on. You got rappers talking about popping whatever prescription pills and especially in the city that I'm from, Milwaukee, uh prescriptions, I'm gonna just call it that, is a big thing out here. You know, it's the cool thing to do. That's why I says folly is set in great dignity. Why is it not cool to actually follow what Christ did? Right? Everybody claim to be a Christian. Why is it not cool to keep the feast of dedication? Christ went to the feast of dedication. Find me the precept where it says Christ set up the Christmas tree, put the ornaments on it with the star on top, and put presents under there for Judas and them. Where is that at? But you got Christians who will do things like that because folly is set in great day. You got pastors telling people to donate their rent money to the pocket of God. And then when the second service over, the second 3-hour service of the day is over, they about to go drive to Golden Corral and get some pork ribs. You know, so folly is set in great dignity, and I'm speaking specifically to brothers in the truth, sisters in the truth, children in the truth, whoever is watching. You have to remember that folly will always be set in great dignity on this side of the kingdom. Until the kingdom come, it's always gonna be like that. You're not gonna have brothers rapping about the truth like the brother Dino from Detroit. He's not gonna be on the level of Drake because he's speaking something that's righteous. He's trying to tell people to repent. He's trying to tell people what the Most High has done for him. But the brother got a precept that he probably want to bring out, so I yield on that.
Hey, that's right, man. Yeah, it's. I mean, that spirit, man. Covetousness, man. A lot of people get destroyed, and then for one, you want it so bad, the Lord will give it to you just so He can destroy you, man. Just give it to you, right? I'm gonna bring out. I got a couple precepts, man. Let's, cause James chapter 4 verse 3. Cause you keep at you want it so bad, you just give it to you and you're destroyed. You want that evil so bad, you're destroyed. You want that money so bad, you're destroyed. Now you just buying all type of stuff. It's a reason why you don't deserve $1 million. It's a reason that you can't get that job with that high paying job because The Lord knows you're not going to take care of yourself. You're going to forget about him. You're literally going to forget about him. You're going to forget about the law. You're going to forget about the Sabbath. You're just going to be thinking about partying and freaking out because you got so much money. You ain't trying to go to camp. I want to hear a brother that says if he has $1,000,000, is he going to camp Saturday? Let me know. Let me know. He's going to camp Saturday if he had $1,000,000. If he played the lottery, got Jake, he coverages at the lottery tickets, man, getting a scratch off. If he win $1,000,000 right now, an Israelite, is he going to camp Saturday? All right. This is the book of James, chapter 4. Is he going to camp on the Shabbat, man? After the meal, after the
Not after the ticket.
after the ticket, after the ticket, Salakia. This book of James, chapter 4, and verse 3. It says, "Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust." Right? That's what you asking for, these house, cars, and clothes, and you, the Lord is not giving that to you, man. Lord, please y'all shy. Let me just win $1,000,000. You know what? I just need 20 grand. But you're gonna blow that 20 grand like it's $5. You don't need that, man. You can't cover just out of everything, right? You even got us in the wilderness. We be so covetous out the meat, right? We were so covetous out the eating the quails, man. And what? You wanted so bad what the Lord do? He just killed them off, right? I'm gonna bring that out. This the book of Numbers chapter 11 and verse. Right. This the book of Numbers chapter 11 and verse 31. Verse 30. And Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from the Lord and brought quails from the sea and let them fall by the camp as it were a day's journey on this side. And as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. And the people stood up all that day. They stood up all that day. You got Jake literally up all night thinking about a woman. You got Jake up all night thinking about that money, what he gonna do with that money, how I'm gonna spend it, what I'm gonna do. I can't wait to put this on. When I was in school, man, we were so thirsty to go to school. First day of school, high school, you just coming into high school. Jake wanted to be fresh so bad. I was like that, right? I was like that. First day of school, you just, yeah, I got, yeah, see that? I got the dookie. I got the nice little jeans, right? You got your little design shirt on. Back then they had like little design shirts. It was like an Ed Hardy, something like that. Brothers was wearing it. And you know what I'm saying? You just covered to wear it to school. That doesn't make you a man. It doesn't make who you are, right? And the people stood up all that day. So they were just looking at the quails, man, like, oh man, we got meat to eat. Ready, right? And the people stood up all that day and all that night and all the next day and all the next day. I got a cousin that was in a casino. He stayed until the next day until he got his 2,000 back. He lost all his money and he stayed. He didn't sleep. Right? I'm gonna read that again. And the people stood up all that day and all that night and all the next day. Stood that day all that night and on the next day. That means sundown to sundown. He didn't want to leave the casino. He said, "No, I gotta get this back." I mean, if we was like that with the Lord, oh no, I gotta keep these commandments. I gotta call my brother, man. He been going through it. Let me see what's going on. Why we so covetous after these things? It don't profit us. It don't profit nothing. Right? Reading on, and they gathered the quails, and he that gathered at least gathered 10 omers, And they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was true, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. So you want something so bad, the Lord just give it to you and destroy you, right? And it's just like your father, man. You keep asking to go outside. You want to go outside? I want to go outside. I want to go. Your mom be like, go outside. Go. Just go outside, right? And you go outside and you get jammed up. You know what I'm saying? And it's the Lord. The Lord watched them eat, and he was disgusted, man. He's like, man, why are you not content? You should be content, right? I yield with that. You got it.
Slocky, my phone had died. But yeah, and that spirit of, of covetousness and brothers, I was watching them, on somebody else's phone, they were breaking it down. That spirit of covetousness, it could get so bad, if you're in the truth, like the brother Wiz going into while he was speaking to them, if you're in the truth and you got that spirit of covetousness, at the people of the world, you want to mortify that. You want to cut that off, right? Because you got a lot of people, right? They see their friends kicking it on the Shabbat, going to clubs, getting high, right? Getting drunk, whoring each other out, right? They see all these things and they like, man, I kind of miss doing this stuff. I kind of miss being able to go and do whatever the hell I want to do, right? And that slowly sift them out of the truth, right? I want to pull this up real quick before I grab these precepts real quick. Salakia. All right. Show you, like, the real meaning of it and all that. You feel me? Let me know if brothers can see it.
Con.
All right, once you get pulled up, there's some stuff I've been, kind of studying on since we brought up the topic. Once it get pulled up, of course, I'm gonna grab it. But let me grab this precept real quick. Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 73 and verse number 1. Right, it says, "Truly Yahweh is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart." And if you want the Most High to be good to you, like the brother Wiz was going into, if you want to receive things from the Lord, like he was saying, you might have rushed into some because you was jealous about somebody else, and the Lord might have been having that tenfold for you or whatever. Hey, if you want the Most High to be good to you, hey, you gotta have a clean heart. It says, "But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." Right? You don't want to be envious at the foolish men, right? The foolish men and women out here on this earth, right? That they go and they destroy their temples, right? They do whatever they want. They don't follow after the living God, right? And all that stuff that they got right now, it's all temporary, right? You don't want to get caught up in those feelings, right? Because your feelings, being emotional, it could get you destroyed, right? But I want to go into this, right? It says this is mindful health solutions, right? It says, what is jealousy? It says jealousy is a complex emotion that we often think of in terms of love relationships, but it can also show up when comparing yourself to others. It can involve feelings of envy, insecurity, resentment, and suspicion. But while it is a natural, instinctive emotion, jealousy can have a powerful effect on your mental health, right? And that's how dangerous, being covetousness is, right? It don't gotta just be sex or love, right? It could be feelings of envy, right? You not being where you not, and that's one of the biggest things is you not being where you want to be in life. You start comparing yourself to other people, right? You go on social media, you see all these young people your age with chains, big houses, Trackhawks, Hellcats, nice cars, right? You start, man, why the hell am I not there in life? Why you gotta wake up and go to the plantation or go to school every day, right? And you start to resent people. You start to have hatred in your heart for people, right? That's what having that spirit of covetousness could do to you, and why the reason why the Most High don't want you to have that. That's the reason why He wants you to keep this commandment. He don't want you envying foolish men. He don't want you envying the wicked. He don't want you insecure about this truth, right? Because people, when they insecure, they start tucking fringes. They stop magnifying the name of the Lord, right? And then they start to do whatever everybody else is doing, right? It says feelings of jealousy and envy can often cause anxiety, poor self-esteem, emotional sabotage, to better help you understand and cope with your feelings, it is important to look at the deeper meanings behind this emotion. And Esau, this is Esau's website. He's telling you what having that spirit of covetousness is. It's the same thing brothers tell you every week in and week out in videos, right? I mean, you insecure, like I say, you got emotion, you self-sabotaging yourself, saying, damn, man, man, why I don't got this, man? Why I don't got $1 million? God damn it. Like all kind of madness. Right. And it says to better help you understand and cope with jealous feelings, it's important to look at deeper meanings behind this emotion. Meaning it's to help you cope and understand means you gotta pray, you gotta fast, or you gotta go over the precepts, you gotta examine yourself. That is how you cope with these feelings. Right? That's how you do those things. And if you want to read it, you can keep reading it, right? But I want to keep reading on Psalm 73. It says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Right? It says, they're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, right? Because men in the world, women in the world, they don't got to deal with the lust that you got to deal with, the demons that you got to deal with, right? The vexation of spirit that you got to deal with. So, people in the truth, they start to be envious of those people. You're like, man, hey, man, I'm trying to go back to that so I don't got to worry about these demons tearing me up every day, right? And when you keep going, it's just constantly giving you, reasons on why the wicked are prospering and all that, and what they have, right? But I want to grab another precept in Psalms. This Psalms, I want to start at verse number 37 and verse 1. It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Right? And that's got to be your mindset. Even though it's sad to say, you want all your people to be saved, but that's not how it's going to work. You need to meditate on these type of precepts right here. Be like, hey, all those people that celebrating Thanksgiving, if they don't repent, hey, the Lord going to cut them down like the grass. Why all your family and friends are out there gathering together on a Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it. Hey, you want to meditate on the law. You want to meditate on the precepts and don't fret yourself, right? Don't get angry. Don't get insecure. Don't be sad, because everybody else get to do that wickedness while you got next week, you got Feast of Dedication next Wednesday night, right? Let's go to that definition for fret now, right? It says, this is the word fret, right? It says to be hot, furious, burn, become angry, be kindled, right? To burn, kindle, to be angry, be incensed, to heat oneself in vexation, right? You don't want to be vexed at, you're going to get vexed at times, right? But you don't want to be, getting all angry all the time because you understand that, hey, if they don't repent, the Lord is going to deal with them, right? But I'm going to drop down to verse 4. It says, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Right? Because hey, the Lord can bless you in this earth, right? Hey, you don't got to be just struggling in this truth. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen at times. Especially if you're a younger brother, a lot of the times, a lot of us younger brothers, we get to struggling, in certain ways of this life, right? Because you're trying to come up, right? But if you commit your way into the Lord, right, you delight yourself in keeping his laws, right, you're gonna prosper, right, in due time. And you're going to get that, on however many fold the Lord give it to you. But you also want to continue to stack up the spiritual riches for the kingdom of heaven, right? So that you could get that as well. But I yield with that.
Con, I got one last precept.
I got like two more after you then.
It's Sirach chapter 9, and it's verse number 11. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Right? And this is one of the first verses that I really felt in my spirit when I read it in Sirach, because it's straight to the point. It's easy. They wouldn't tell you not to envy the glory of a sinner if it wasn't something that was common to do. Right? So the glory of the Jay-Z's, the glory of the Jeff Bezos, the glory of the sexy reds, as I mentioned earlier, it's easy to envy that because You know, for a sister in this truth, a young sister, she might be 19, 20, whatever, however old she is. She might look to these women and all of the attention that the men around her are giving these women. And she might start to envy the glory of these sinners, these women walking around, like I said, they pregnant and they twerking on stage in front of thousands of people. And they 7, 8 months pregnant. I mean, stomach is as big as they are, you know? But they don't know what their end is gonna be. Just imagine all the people the people who envy the Nipsey Hussles and the Kobe's and the Tupacs and the Biggie. Where are they at now? What happened to them? Right? Don't it say in Maccabees that the glory of these men shall be dung and worms? You know, people like to say they songs live forever. Well, brother, they didn't live forever, so it don't matter, right? You can envy the glory of a sinner as much as you want, but hey, you don't even know if they gonna be here tomorrow. They can't confirm they're gonna be here tomorrow. And I'm continuing on, right? Verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. So it might look good to see, you know what I'm saying? I saw a video earlier today. NBA YoungBoy pulled up to the interview in like an orange Lamborghini or something like that. I think it was orange, right? You know what I'm saying? He got the gold chains on, he got the designer on. And to brothers, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Brothers might not have a job for a long time. Like I was saying earlier, brothers might be homeless. And they might look like, man, look at him. But hey, this the same man who go on interviews and it sound like he want to cry when he talk about how his life is. You know what I'm saying? This brother literally said he need a hug. This is a grown man. He got kids. He got what the world would tell you is everything. And he's saying all he really wants is a hug. He just want love. You know what I'm saying? He wished that he had a father growing up. He wished that his mother treated him better when he was growing up. He wished that his grandmother would have survived. Right? So we can't, even me, right? I would be a liar if I said that I don't catch myself at times thinking, man, what if I had this? What if I had that? When I see that these people who are glorified, they got it. But then you see cases like what P. Diddy going through, and you see this man that was held in high regard, man. It's some things, hey, I wouldn't want to do that to get where he at. But if I was envying this man, if I was blinded by my jealousy, I would probably fall into some of them things, just like most people do. Most people fall into the stealing the kids trend because it looked good, not knowing that, you know, it's people out here dying on high speed chases in them stolen cars at 15 years old, 16 years old. This is stuff that's happening every day. So envy can get you killed. Envy can get your family members put in a bad situation. You know, when David coveted after another man's wife and he laid with her, he had his newborn child killed because of that. So we got to really remember these accounts. And this is David. This is one of the mightiest men in the Bible. This is the Most High was really dealing with David. And for what he did, somebody had to lose their life. And you know, certain brothers got kids, got little brothers, little sisters, couldn't imagine them losing their life. And you know it's your fault because you didn't want to wait on the Most High. You envied the glory of a sinner. But I yield with that. That's it for me.
I got a precept. That's right, man. They definitely lose their life. The family will lose their life for that, man. Yeah, that's. I mean, like I say, Yahushua, the greatest, the greatest, right? Examples, because, like I say, Satan tried to have him covet lust. You know, tried to have him lust, man, have him covetous to cast his power, man, of what the Most High gave him. And Satan do that to us. One of the greatest. The is the greatest, Halaki. And King David, one of the greatest examples. The Lord was dealing with that brother, right? That's mighty. Right? This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 5. Mortify therefore your members upon the earth: fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness. Evil concupiscence, that can come with the covetousness as well. It could come right with it, man. Because you wanna do some wild, weird, nasty things in your mind to whatever that you want to get. That's off, right? Which is idolatry, right? And like I say, that's idolatry, man. That spirit, we got to be careful, man. I dealt with it as well, and I have to check myself. Not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, right? Because I had opportunities where, like, I thought about it too. You know what I'm saying? I can say that for myself. Like, man, what if I did go to the league? You know, what if I did just stay in that summer league and just recorded myself? And nah, I had to take that out because it's like it's not gonna profit me nothing. Because I probably wouldn't even been to the truth. I probably wouldn't even take the spirit of the Most High, man. I probably wouldn't met the brother that met me, who the Most High used as a vessel, to bring me in this thing, right? I got another precept. I'll bring out my last precept. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 5 because I was supposed to bring that out, man. My last precept, and you got it. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 29. But this going on to Exodus 20 and 17, right? To the law again. The Most High is repeating himself. The Most High is literally keep telling you, thou shalt not covet, right? This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 21. Thou shalt, Salakia, neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. Right? It's just going on into Exodus 20 and 17, man. The Lord said it again. Not just once, not just twice, right? He said it multiple times because he knows his children. He knows what we like, and so does Satan, right? You got it, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna just grab 2 quick precepts real quick, and we're gonna end it off. All right, let me grab the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, real quick. The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse number 5. It says, "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he have said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee." Right? And when it comes to speaking in this truth, with people in the truth, or with people that's not in the truth, hey, let your conversation be without covetousness. Right? Be content with the things the Lord have given you. Don't mean don't work. Don't put in no work to increase in whatever you're trying to do, whether it's financial gain, spiritual gain, you know, just be content until the Lord, gives that increase. Because it's gonna happen if you're doing what you gotta do. Right? If you don't do what you're gonna do and you coveting it, you lusting, right? You going after you just doing whatever. Are you breaking these commandments? Hey, it's good that time that you were supposed to get stuff increased is gonna get delayed and get set back farther and farther and farther. Right? So you want to let your conversation, don't let it, be with covetousness. Right? And I think this is the precept I want. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to side right. Right. I'm gonna grab one more on being content. Right, this is Philippians chapter 4 and verse number 11. It says, "Not that I speak in respect of want." I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, "But I rejoiced in the Lord greatly, that now at your last care of me hath flourished again, wherein you were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Now that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content." And that's plain. You want to be content in whatever state that you're in. Why is Paul saying this? It says, "I know both how to be abased and I know how to be abound. I know how to abound everywhere, and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to be abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through whom Mashiach which strengthen me." Right? And you got to learn, the Lord might have you in a certain position right now where you real low, you ain't got no money in your pockets. You ain't got no friends, nobody to talk to. You might be lonely, right? Hey, you might be low on income and you got to take care of your family, right? He's telling you to be, that's you being abased. That's mighty right there. You don't want to stay, you don't want to stay in that position forever, 40 years, and you just not getting it together. Then, that's kind of on you, because the Lord might be having opportunities for you to get, come up, and you just saying, nah, I don't want to go into that field. I don't want to do that. I want to do my own thing. Hey, brothers have to learn from experience. That's why brothers is telling people this. Brothers done failed a million times because they want to go do their own thing, and now they gotta be in a position that they didn't have to be in, but they put themselves in that because they weren't content enough. That's why you want to be a base in this thing, because then you could abound, you could increase and shoot up, but you want to continue to remember where you came from. All right, Salaki, this is the last precept, I swear. Right? This is the last precept, because that just made me think of something. All right, this is Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. In a day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity. Right? Because people, when they come up, hey, you know what I did? Hey, I got to the bag, B. Right? I got to the bag, little bro. This how you gotta do it, cuz. Hey, you see these 4 ribs right here, bro? Hey, I did that because I got G. Right? That's what Jake do. Right? He forget the Lord. The Lord gave you 4 ribs, brother. The Lord gave you that job to get that money, bro. Right? The Lord gave you that career. Right? Hey, you can't forget about the Lord when you start prospering, because then he's gonna abase you all over again. So you want to be content whether you high or low in this truth. And don't forget the mighty works of the living God, like these people in the world, and these people that fall out of the truth. But if a brother don't got another precept, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to you. How about Shemi Shai?
You got another precept? Nobody? All praise to the Most High. I think I do the whole time. No more precept. This the book, Sirach, chapter 26, verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. So don't be down that you don't have anything, or you don't have that many precepts. You don't know that many precepts, or you can only break down Deuteronomy. You can, you know what I'm saying? Just be happy that the Most High gave you the understanding to keep the commandments, right? You should be rejoicing about that. Doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. It don't matter, man. Right? And with that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Shalom.
Shalom.